asymptote. Again, there's no number being added, so it's 0. Let me see if I can find a marker. Hold on. Let's see. Marker. Here we go. This will make it a little easier. So I've got x equals -1. This is a terrible marker that I just found. And y equals 0. Try to find a better one for the next problem. Okay. Point number 1. How do you find point number 1? We set, what can we divide 4 by? 4. Now, if you could do 2 if you really wanted to, but I like an actual method here. So I'm going to set the bottom equal to the top. All right, point number 1. Set the denominator equal to the numerator and solve. X equals 3. Point number 2. X plus 1 equals -4. Switch the sign. -5. We plug in, and what do we get? Plug in 3, and you get 1. Plug in -5, you get -1. Plot the points. 3, 1. Let's see. 2, 4, 5, -1. All right, those are my points, and draw my curve. We get close. Okay, and that's it. We're done. Next one. Now, what's that 2? What did I say that 2 was going to be? That 2 is going to change our horizontal asymptote, right? So our vertical asymptote. How do you find the vertical asymptote? We set the denominator equal to 0. But what's our denominator? X. X equals 0. Done. There's no work here. It's fabulous. Horizontal. What's being added to our graph? 2. Again, oops, y equals 2. The quotient, the fraction, will never equal 0. So that's 0 plus 2 is 2. Okay? Point 1. Set the bottom equal to the top. The bottom is just x. The top is just 1. So 1. Now be careful here. When you plug 1 in, what do you get? It's 1 over 1 plus 2. What's 1 over 1 plus 2? 3. So be careful when you're plugging in, please. Do the same thing. X equals, switch the sign, -1. Again, there's no work. Fabulous. 1 over -1 plus 2. -1 plus 2 is 1. Okay. So be careful when you have that extra number. That's going to change some of your values. The value of your y value. Sorry. All right, so we have vertical asymptote is 0. And my horizontal asymptote is 2. All right, I plot my point. 1, 3. 1, 3 is right there. -1, 1 is right there. And I draw my graph. It gets close to my gray lines. It never crosses over. And try to make it curvy. It's kind of annoying when kids do something like that. Like, that's not a curve. I know mine didn't come out great, but do your best, okay? All right, last one, putting it all together now. Pause the video, try this on your own. So this is the level you should be able to do at this point. Putting it all together. Vertical asymptote. Pause the video, do it on your own. Set the denominator equal to 0. Remember, you cannot have 0 in the denominator. The x value will never equal 0. That is why that's your asymptote. Horizontal asymptote. The fraction can never equal 0. So the whole, if this will never be 0, 0 minus 5 is -5. The y value can never be -5. It's never going to happen. Draw those. Let's see, 6. negative 5. Doot, 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 doot. All right. Point number 1. How do we find point 1? Set the denominator equal to the numerator. X minus 6 equals 2. What do you get? 8. 8, comma. Now we have to plug in. Be careful with your plugging in. 2